Hello Home Slices, welcome to Home Slice Adulting. It's Kiara here, and today I'm coming to you with my review for Season 9, Episode 4 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. We start off with Cynthia and Noelle, and I've never seen them spend this much time together, which is good to see that, you know, they get to kind of focus on their relationship now that Peter's out of the picture. They're playing tennis, and Noelle is saying she wants to visit colleges in LA so she can get away from Cynthia. But Cynthia's like, I love LA, I'm coming too. She talks about this new line that she's coming out with named Cargo, which is full of bags and phone cases and stuff. And she wants Noelle to be the face of the brand, which I think is amazing. I think there's no way that Noelle could be a worse business partner than Peter was. So, I mean, you know, keep money in the family and, you know, help her get her career started in modeling. Next we see Sheree and her kids, and I don't really have nothing to say about them. She's still in the same condo that she was in, you know, several seasons ago. So now we know where she's living, and you know, we can say that Kenya can't say that she's been living in a cardboard box or anything. She says that, you know, the house is finally almost ready, and we were thinking she was going to say that the house is ready, and the kids are like, you know, finally we all grown, I'm about to get up out the house, and Carol is like, you know, I can't even enjoy it. So anyways, moving on, we have Kandi and Joyce was saying that, oh, she's not babysitting without a fee. And Kandi's like, I bought this house, that is the fee. And I'm like, oh yeah, you better tell her, Kandi. I mean, with all the stuff that Kandi has done for her mom can at least show, you know, a little appreciation and watch the baby every once in a while. And Mama Joyce came up with something I ain't never heard before regarding Block and his inability or unwillingness to pay child support, is that he needs to get an LLC. And it'll either be a lien, license, or cash. That's how they need to figure out how to get the $50,000 and back child support that he owes. And I was surprised to find out that Block has money. And I mean, to me, that's like, how sorry do you have to be to have money and to not put any of that money towards your child, towards a college fund? At this point, you know, she's 14 years old. Just give her a lump sum for her college fund. Do something useful. And the fact that he's been on the radio, and Kandi said, I ain't gonna blast you on the radio because I'm better than that. She was like, apparently he goes on the radio and he's like, you know, Block loves the kids and I got this much money and that much money, when he don't really love his own kid enough to be in her life, you know, with or without the money. So next we see Kenya and Phaedra, and like Phaedra said, you know, hell must be freezing over because Kenya and Phaedra are voluntarily spending time together. And so they're somewhere having tea. Kenya is still upset about being dragged by Portia. I think she feels like she was the first domino to fall in this weird violent domino effect as far as Portia is concerned. And it's like, Kenya, get over it. You provoked her, move on. So Phaedra brings up the conversation that Sheree and Kenya had after the escape room, and she says that, you know, Sheree said that you call her a B word, and Kenya was like, I did not call her a B word, I just said that no B is going to tell me what to do in my house or what to have in my house, which is the same thing. Kenya gets on my nerves with that kind of stuff because she's one of the people that, you know, gets into it about semantics when we all really know what she's talking about. So whatever. Then Phaedra brings up her partnership with the YMCA in Detroit, and she wants to do some things, fundraising things, and community service type of events for people who are affected by the Flint, Michigan water crisis, which I think is really good. Phaedra is very involved in community service, which I think is awesome. So she talked to Kenya about it because Kenya is from Detroit and she was, you know, the Michigan representative for Miss USA. I can never remember if it's USA or America, so whatever. But they shade each other in the confessionals, and they shade each other in person, and I'm over it. So next we have Sheree and Bob. They go out on a date, and Sheree is fully dressed from head to toe, and Bob is wearing gym clothes. And he's like, we're going to this vegan place. And Sheree is like, I like seafood. And Sheree was under the impression that Bob was not ready for the type of thing that she was ready for. I mean, if you're trying to win back the affections of somebody that you hurt as much as Bob hurt Sheree, I would think that you would go all out. And I think that's what Sheree was expecting, and that's why she dressed like Bob was going all out. But Bob just doesn't have a clue, so whatever. Sheree says that Bob jokes too much, and I totally understand what she's saying, because I have a boyfriend who likes to joke around a lot, and sometimes I'm like, okay, I'm not in the mood. Can you stop with the jokes? You get on my nerves. But anyways, he doesn't want to bring up the past, but for Sheree, she needs closure, and she needs him to close that chapter and apologize for his behavior so that she can rest assured that he will not do those things to her again. And he actually apologizes, and I think it was sincere. And he's talking about the glitter on her chest, and I'm like, ew, Bob, ew. Like, who would touch Bob with a 10-foot pole? And who was he cheating with? Money makes people attractive sometimes. Cynthia's getting Noelle ready for this swap meet. What did she call it? A swap meet where she sells her wares. I can't think of the name of it, but Cynthia looked gorgeous. She's trying to tell Noelle to get down to business. So next we see Cynthia freaking out because she's very anxious about what's about to happen. Noelle is not ready. She doesn't want to put her phone down. She's not very in the moment. She's not talking to people, getting people excited about the brand or anything like that. And at first Leon was enabling her, and then he was like, okay, you got to get up and do your job. And Cynthia was like, you know, your feet are supposed to hurt. You know, if your feet ain't hurting, you ain't doing it right. So next we see Cynthia, Leon, and Noelle at a restaurant about to eat, and Noelle gets up to leave because she's going to a Bryson Tiller concert in that area, and they're doing the whole parenting thing, like you need to check in and when you get there, and check in when you're getting back, and all that stuff. And when Cynthia tells Leon that she plans on getting a divorce from Peter, Leon is not surprised at all. He says that he felt like something was rushed, and I could not determine whether he meant that they rushed into getting married or that Cynthia was rushing to get divorced. But either way it goes, Cynthia got very emotional, and she was saying that she wanted to prove everybody wrong, and that, you know, she really wanted to make her marriage work, and that she was concerned that her relationship with Peter after the divorce was not going to be like the relationship that she has with Leon after they broke up. So Leon is, you know, throwing her compliments left and right, I guess trying to make her feel better, and we all hoped that they would go back to the hotel together. But it didn't happen. They really are better off co-parenting, you know, in their eyes. But yeah, it was a sweet scene, and I'm happy to see Cynthia, you know, diving herself into work as opposed to being really super sad and sulking about the divorce. So next we see the ladies at laser tag, and they're all about shooting hoes and B words. And we see Kenya and Mal together, and I'm like, what are Kenya and Mal doing together? But Kenya has this weird thing where she brings unnecessary, like, auxiliary members, auxiliary cast members into the Real Housewives main fold, and it just bugs me a little bit. Like, why is Mallory there? Does Kenya feel like she needs to have somebody there to back her up because nobody really likes her? Like, I don't know, but my hope was that when Mal showed up to laser tag, that Kandi effed Mal up on sight for the BS that went down at that couples party back from season 6 when Mal pushed Kandi. But Kandi was cool. I really don't like Mal. They're playing laser tag now and they're like little kids, and it's fun to watch them actually have fun and to take out their frustration and their aggravation with each other in a fun way that's, you know, exciting, that's burning calories, something that's productive as opposed to actually fighting or actually arguing. It just was really fun. Oh, and there was this one dress, like it was like a blush colored dress that Portia wore in a confessional, and it was beautiful. It was amazing. But next we see that they're done with laser tag and they have dessert after, and Phaedra has this really amazing idea that, you know, I thought was amazing, was a pop-up shop as a fundraiser for you know, some of the youth in Flint, Michigan who are suffering from the water crisis there. And so she said that Lena has her own boutique so she can sell clothes, and Sheree, she can sell photos because she was charging people $5 for photos. But Sheree also said that she would bring t-shirts. Now, I didn't know she was selling Who Gon' Check Me Boo t-shirts, but Kenya shaded her about you know, not being able to complete her house in time because she was relying solely on the proceeds from her selling those t-shirts. But whatever. We saw Portia had naked hair to offer. Kandi had bedroom candy. Portia had the same idea I had when she said, you know, so we're selling penis for the kids. It just kind of doesn't go together. It's kind of inappropriate as far as the bedroom candy goes, but you know, I'm glad I wasn't the only person thinking it. What did Kenya say that she had to say? Oh, her hair care line that's good for pets. And Sheree was like, I didn't know it was good for pets. I could buy some for my dog. That's just being so shady, but whatever. I feel like Sheree was the only person who didn't really have anything to offer or to bring to the table as far as selling items and raising money for the pop-up shop. But that's, you know, Sheree. You know, all, you know, spending and trying to keep up with the Joneses, but not really having the money coming in, and that's why it took her so long. But anyways, so I don't know what's going on, but it's like everybody runs and tells that to Kenya. I don't understand people's loyalty to Kenya when they know she's just gonna blow stuff out of proportion. Now, the problem I have with this whole scene is that Phaedra started the mess. Phaedra was the one who brought up the issues between Sheree and Kenya, and she stirred the pot on that one, which to me isn't typical of Phaedra. But they got into this argument, and it was so silly, and you know, they did a little like a montage of it because they had been arguing for so long. It was just going on, and they were calling each other B words and hoes, and you know, well, repeat what you said. And Phaedra was trying to be like, hey, and be the peacemaker when she started it, like I said. And Kandi was like, you know, all of these people calling each other hoes, we've all had hoe moments. I think we should just stop with that. And Kenya was like, my house is 7,200 square feet. And according to Bravo, on the little caption that they had when we first saw Moore Manor this time around, it was only 6,000 square feet. So she must be including the yard or the driveway or something. But it's not 7,200 square feet. But anyway, they should both grow up. And Kandi was not having it when Kenya mentioned that tired Mama Joyce wig. And Kenya is like, calm down, ain't nobody talking about your mama. And like I said, that's Kenya arguing about semantics. When you insulted You insulted Sheree by insulting Mama Joyce. So you did talk about her mother. So next we see Kandi and Mama Joyce. And Mama Joyce says she like Moscato now, and she read people when she, you know, drink Moscato. And like Kandi said, Mama Joyce don't need no Moscato to read nobody. She read all day. Mama Joyce's face when Block called, and when they found out it was Block who had called, Mama Joyce's face was hilarious. And Mama Joyce was like, co-parent, and that's the same thing Kandi was saying. You want to co-parent now, but you haven't been parenting at all. You haven't been co-parenting at all for the first 14 years of her life. And she said that's some BS. And he does ask, how can we start over? And Kandi basically wanted to stay out of it, and she said, you know, I want you to communicate with Riley because she is old enough now. And he was saying, well, I want to speak with you too because I don't want there to be any bad blood between us. And I think this is another situation that's similar to Sheree and Bob, because Kandi wants not only just good actions as far as starting over, but she also wants an apology for all of the BS that happened in the past. And I don't think Kandi will be able to move forward and like eliminate the bad blood between Block and herself until that apology is there, and then they can really start over fresh. And he's just saying that he's not going to chase Riley or Kandi, and that's just some BS. I mean, the relationship between you and Riley is terrible because you have been a deadbeat. You haven't been there for her financially, which is the absolute least that you can do, is, you know, make sure the girl has diapers and clothes, and if she goes to private school that she has tuition, that her hair is done, you know, the little extras, her hair is done or her nails are done, or the necessities, the food, the electricity is cut on. You know, God forbid that Kandi didn't have the means and couldn't provide for her child, and you know, her and Riley could be on the corner somewhere because you didn't do your part to take care of the child. That just bugs me so much. And I was surprised that he even stayed on the phone when Kandi got emotional, talking about how he was never there, and that's some BS, and that he says that, you know, they don't answer or return his calls when he calls. And Kandi, you know, always has receipts, and I believe her when she says that he rarely calls, or that he may text Riley, you know, once in a blue moon. But he's just full of crap. And you know, Kandi got real emotional, and Mama Joyce was like, what you talking about on that 50,000? And Black was like, what? And Kandi was like, don't worry about it. But here's the deal. I can't stand deadbeat dads. I can't stand men who don't do the bare minimum to financially take care of their children. And the fact that he actually has the means to take care of Riley and he doesn't do it just irks me so freaking bad. But anyways, let me lower my voice and lower my blood pressure. Thanks you guys for watching. Be on the lookout for some of my other videos. I'm also reviewing Love and Hip Hop New York. I will also be doing a makeup haul video because I'm trying to get into makeup now. So I'm going to add a link there when I actually post it. But thanks you guys for watching. Have an awesome day. Peace out.